4 ways that you can become a better leader. 4 ways that you can become a better leader. So in this video, I just want to talk about how you can become a better leader. There's so many different ways, right? But I think it's important that you really look at yourself. Just take time to think about, how can I improve? Like, what changes do I need to make? How can I get better? And just write it on a piece of paper. What do you need to do? What do you already know that you need to do? So most of us, we can sit down and say, okay, there's probably 25 things, 50 things that I know. I don't have to go any further. I know I need to work on these things. Just write it down on a piece of paper. The second thing is read at least one book a week on leadership. So if you are a leader, you need to constantly be learning and growing about leadership so you can get better. And then apply what you learn every single week. You know, maybe it's one thing you apply new every single day, or one thing you apply every week and you just build on that. But read a book a week and apply what you learn. Attend conferences. You can go and Google leadership conferences, webinars, seminars, workshops. Google those and attend on a regular basis. Try to attend one conference a quarter at least, and then, try to read one book a week. Join a community of leaders. If you want to get better, iron sharpens iron. So you want to be in a community of leaders. So join a community of leaders. That might be a mastermind. That might be a coaching program. But it might be an executive roundtable. But you want to be in the company of great leaders because you want to be the best leader that you can be. And the only way you can do that is to be around other great leaders. The next one is have a day of rest. I think, I hear quite a bit people are bragging they're working 80 hours, 100 hours a week, but you got to have at least one day of rest so that you can recuperate, you can refresh, you can be refreshed, you can rest your body, your brain, everything, you can rest. So have one day of rest. Leave your office at a reasonable time. Work is going to still be there. And so we need to take care of our health. So we need one full day of rest at least. And, a reasonable time, we should be quitting work every single day. And we don't need to be checking emails at 4 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock in the morning. That doesn't make any sense. We have to give our body time to rest and recuperate before we go, back at it the next day. So have a time where you cut off from work, where you're not checking email. You're not expecting other people to be checking their email. You're not calling people after hours. You're not checking your email in the middle of the night. Just have a certain time where you cut email off, and then, have a certain time where you check your email during the day. But don't check it all during dinner, all in the evening, all during the night. Don't do that. Give yourself a chance to rest from working. The next one is create a dream team. And I love this because we all need teams. We need supportive people. And I'm talking about outside of work. We need supportive people who can be there to a cheerleader, somebody who can cheer us on when we're having a hard day. They believe in us. They see greatness inside of us. They know that we're a great leader. They see potential in us. So they're our cheerleader. They're cheering us on no matter what. We need a supporter, somebody who's supporting us when things are bad or things are not as well as we want them to be. They're there supporting us, speaking wisdom into us, telling us things that we need to see. They see blind spots in us, so they're able to tell us our blind spots. So we need a cheerleader, a supporter. We need a coach, some type of executive coach, a leadership coach that can help us to maneuver this leadership ladder. So we're not gonna be able to do this on our own. We need assistance. We need coaching. We need, coaches there to help you. What can you do to be better? How can you, what do you need to improve? What are your blind spots? What are things that they see that needs to be changed? Is it your attitude? Is it your behavior? Is it your words? What is it that's going on that needs to be changed? So a supporter, a cheerleader, a coach, a therapist. A lot of times when we are in high level, management, we have issues that we cannot talk to anybody else, for confidentiality's sake. And so it's important that we have somebody who can, we can go to and talk to, that is protected, that the information we share will only be shared between me and that person. And then, so it's important to have somebody, a therapist, somebody who can tell you, give you advice, advise you, help you get over hurdles, things that's going on in your personal life that you couldn't share with anybody else, for it may be, you can't trust anybody else. So it's good to have a therapist to help you work through things. It's good to have a pastor. It's good to have somebody who can give you biblical wisdom, who can help you maneuver through things as well. So I think it's great to have on your team, to have a pastor. And then finally, I mentioned this already. So a coach, a counselor, a pastor, cheerleader, therapist, and a supporter. And I put advisor, but that will probably fall under supporter. But you want somebody who can give you good information, because we have our blind spots, because we are so close to the issues that, can help advise us, that can see things that we can't see. So we need a dream team when we're in executive leadership. And then finally, we need a think day. You want to get better as a leader, you need to have time to think outside of the office, away from everybody else, all the distractions, all the phones ringing, all the dinging from social media, all the dinging from email. We need a think day. We need time to think on a regular basis. If it's not weekly, bi-weekly, we need time to sit down and think, really get clear on, like, what are you doing? What are your goals? Are you making progress? What changes need to happen? And so as a leader, we have to take time to think about, what are we doing? Is what we're doing working? What changes do I need to make? And so think days are super, super helpful. You will get so much clarity that you couldn't get in the office with people constantly bombarding you with questions and problems and issues and challenges. So you need time to think. You need time away from the office to think. And then I mentioned this already. I'm going to say it again. You need time to rest. Good leaders need time to rest. They need to be able to walk away from it all and come back to it refreshed and recuperated. So spend time resting. It's not always going to be about the company that you're working for. And I always say that if something happened to you today, tomorrow they have somebody else in your position. So don't sacrifice your health, your mental, your physical health, and not think about yourself. Think about yourself. Take care of yourself for your family's sake. So these are just 4 ways to become a better leader.